Good morning. I'm gonna make some biscuits to warm up this house. So, first we want to make some buttermilk. This is how we need it. We're gonna need a cup of buttermilk. So, we're gonna get a cup of milk. Let's say like about that much milk. And to that, we're gonna add some heavy cream. Remember, I don't measure, I just eyeball. Okay, now that we have that, give it a little stir. We got another bowl to put it in. We're gonna dump it in here because if not, I'm gonna make a mess because I shake. Okay, now that we have the milk and the heavy cream right there, we're gonna add some vinegar. I'm using the apple cider vinegar. If you don't have vinegar, you could use lemon. It just needs the acidity. That way it could start to curdle your milk. As you can see, when you add it in, it already starts getting thick. Okay, I'm just gonna add a splash more. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to set this aside for when we need it. Alright, so now we're going to get started with the rest of the stuff. We're going to need 2 cups of flour. I'm using the all-purpose flour from Bluebird all-purpose flour. That's what I use for my tortillas. I buy the big, giant bag. Depending on how the humidity is in here, we might need more. So I'm going to put the flour over here to the side. Okay, we're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have my little measuring things. This one I do measure. I don't know why. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Or more. Like, it doesn't matter if you add more. See? Just to give your little bread some flavor. Then you're going to want at least 1 teaspoon of sugar. See, mine's kind of a heaping, and I like mine a little bit sweet, so I'm going to add a little bit more. See, so much for the measuring. Okay, 1 teaspoon. Hold on. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Half teaspoon of baking soda. I put mine in a jar because I hate how it leaks in the little box. And then to this, we're going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, 3. This recipe, I wrote everything down because when I was trying to make biscuits for the first time, I was just adding stuff, and okay, no wait, that recipe didn't go, and so then I would restart again. Okay, so you give it that all a little mix. Okay, now you're going to need 5 teaspoons of fat, whatever kind of fat you have. I've made this with lard, with oil. Today we're using butter. And you're going to work it like you would if you were making tortillas. It's not, my hands are clean. It's not about, oh, you're going to soften the butter or whatever. Or heat up the butter, however they say it. This, you just want to work it in. Like if you were making tortillas, till it made like that. Till it makes that coarse crumble. Everything, so that's what I'm doing. Get it all nice and incorporated. I'm going to incorporate the butter into the flour. I like to use my hands. Yeah, because I've made recipes and biscuits and stuff like that where you don't want to use your fingers, but this isn't that kind of biscuit. You'll see. So it takes a little bit, just keep working it in there. Using the real butter and none of that margarine. But it'll work with margarine if you want. Whatever kind of fat you have on hand, and that's what you would use. Okay, it's coming together. You hear my birdies in the background. Kids are still sleeping. Gordo told me yesterday, what are you making for breakfast? But yet, he doesn't eat breakfast all the time. I hate that when you make food and it's not like what they feel like eating, so they don't eat. Unless they're like really, really hungry, then they'll come and eat what there is. Keep wanting me every time I come in the kitchen. Are you gonna make hamburgers? Are you gonna make taco salad? Like, no. You're gonna eat what there is. Okay, so once it gets like this, kind of, it's alright. If you still have like a little bit of butter in there, like little chunks, that's fine. Okay, now to this, you want to add your 1 cup of buttermilk. Again, I shake. Buttermilk. Give it a little stir. I mean, if you have the real buttermilk, hey, that's good. But I don't. Remember how to get what? Huh? Remember how to get what?
I'm gonna use this.
Alright, you can put it back in the refrigerator too. That right there will work as a drop biscuit. But I don't want that. Add some flour to the bottom of your work surface. Scrape all that stuff out. And sink. Okay, now you don't have to go crazy with this. Just want to put some on top. Make sure you have some on the bottom because it is sticky. And you're not going to knead it, you're just going to flatten it. Right here, you can knead it, but right now the dough is cold. Along with the little itty bitty pieces of butter that we worked in. So you really don't want to. So you want to leave it a little bit thick. Like that. Let me wash my hands. Bear with me. Want to get some sort of pan when you want to put the spray, some cooking spray or baking spray or whatever it is that you put on there. Okay, I can't find a cooking thing, so we're going to use this. And I have this pan in here that I already greased. Almost space right here. Wow, so much right here, all quick. Is what it is. I'm gonna make these biscuits. Yeah, because that's what I don't like about this. But oh well, so you have this is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna put that in the pan right here. And I'm going to continue to make these. I'm going to continue to make these. I like them to kind of touch in the pan. That way they're all nice and stuck to each other once they're baked. So they're about as thick as this lid. Don't worry, you're not going to taste the vinegar in there. And again, with all this that you have left, you're just going to re-squash it. Don't go all crazy and start kneading it. Remember, you want them kind of thick. This one didn't do that great. It is what it is. Just work with it. And then on this, I know you can make about 2 more biscuits. Trying to squash them in there. Sorry, I don't have another pan. Okay, with this one, this is going to be the little fat one. We're going to give this one a funky shape just so it fits in between the biscuits right here on the pan. So we have all these, and we're going to put these in the oven. Have my pizza stone in there. I'm going to put them on the top shelf till they get golden brown. Okay, I'm going to clean up right here. So while the biscuits are cooking, I'm going to make some gravy. don't have sausage, so we're gonna work with bacon. Let's separate these. Just so they're not all like stuck. You can hear the roosters in the background. We're just gonna give it a rough chop. Oh, the biscuits are in there. It's 450 degrees, and then I'm cooking them for like 15 minutes. I'm waiting until the tops get nice and like a nice little golden brown, and they like double in size. So I'm gonna heat up a pan over here. I have my nice pans, but they're white right here, so I don't want them to get all ugly. Okay, so as we heat this up, we are going to need a cup of flour. Just so I have it. I know my shoes are making a funky sound when I walk. Okay, my slippers. Alright, so we're going to heat this up. Basically, make our bacon. I have it on kind of high. But yeah, I guess I have it on high. It's at 5. So put the bacon in. Doesn't matter if it touches or it doesn't. We're going to mix it up anyways. You want to keep your hands clean in the kitchen. Okay, as this is cooking, I'm just ready for it. Otherwise, the butter. We're going to need some heavy cream. We're going to need milk. I don't know how much milk. Again, just eyeballing it. Add my milk. I got exercise walking back and forth. Okay, we're going to give this bacon a little mix. Alright. Get that cooked. I used a tablespoon, so it looks like somebody took a big bite. Some butter. And then you can add that. Put it right now. Once it's done. I don't even know if this is a recipe. I kind of just threw everything in one day. So it kind of just like turned into that. Well, if you're watching like your how much fat you eat, you wouldn't add this. You would just be fine with the bacon fat. I have that Facebook group with like measurements of everything, and like I weighed everything to get the number of calories per point. Yeah, this wouldn't be one of those recipes. This would be like a cheat day. We're gonna check our biscuits over here because sometimes this oven gets too hot and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, see, they're getting nice and fluffy, so we're gonna let them go. Let's cook this chicken up. Just like this. It's also going to release its own bacon fat. So we're going to add more butter to make it more fatty. Yes, it's a lot of oil. So you're going to do it the way you do it for your family. Anyways, if you do it with sausage, you end up having a bunch of sausage fat in the pan. And so, I don't have sausage, so I'm working with the bacon. Got my water. Look at that. That's like literally a heart attack in the pan. Look at all that grasa. Yum! Okay, once you get your bacon and it's almost, and it starts to look like this, just give it a last little mix, because this is where we're going to add our flour. Okay, yeah, there is a shitload of fucking oil in here. Take a little bit out. Just a little bit. I like that I put the butter in. That way I would get like the butter flavor into the bacon. I don't know. It works for me. Okay. There's still a lot of grease in there, but that's okay. We're going to add some flour to this. Some flour. And give this a little stir. Lower our heat. Yep. Add some flour, more flour. Give it a little stir. Cook the flour just a little bit. The flour is going to start getting that color of the bacon. We're going to add some milk. And we'll incorporate all the bacon in there. To that, we're going to add some water. Give it another mix. Don't worry, all those little clumpies will cook down. Just keep mixing and adding. So it comes up to like a thick paste. That's what you want. It picks out all those little lumpies. Have this. I'm going to add some heavy cream to this. Let's look at that. Let it stir. Gonna add some salt. Gonna add some pepper. And depending on how thin or thick you want it, you could add more milk. I'm probably going to add just a little bit more right now. Check it on the salt. I think I need some more salt. I lowered the heat, so I'm going to higher it a little bit. Add a little bit more milk, just to thin it out a tiny bit. Okay. Give it another mix. Incorporate all that milk. Hear the roosters? They're loud, huh? I was talking to Gordo butt. So good. Okay. Add that. Add some more salt. I like a lot of salt. I'm a very salty person. So we have our gravy. Bacon gravy. Yep. It's good on salt. To me, my liking, it's like, I think it needs more salt. But instead of adding salt, we're going to add a little bit of this Norse chicken. I don't know, it's a big freaking container. This stuff. It's like chicken, I don't even know what it's called. Chicken bouillon or whatever. Got some garlic, a little bit. Onion powder. Stir. I have to go check my retro oven right now because, like I said, sometimes it gets hot and sometimes it doesn't. And I don't want my biscuits to burn. Lower this thing. Grab this ugly oven mitt. Yeah, I hate this little oven. Oh, look at that, already done. Yeah, look, It's like massively freaking retro. It's all brown. It's an ugly little thing. Oh my god, I almost grabbed the pan like that. That would have been funny. Okay, so we'll put our biscuits right here. Yum, they smell good. Let them sit so I can finish this gravy. Okay, turn off the heat. And my last little thing I'd like to add to this is Red Devil, but I don't have Red Devil. I have Red Hot. And just want like a little tiny splash. Just a little splash. Red Devil. Or Red Hot. Give it a little mix. Sorry. Yep. Now that's where it's at. Some parsley on top. Okay, we're gonna let that sit a little bit. I'm gonna try to take one of these out. This. That's all nice. Wait, we got our biscuit. Biscuit. Okay, to this. I use this to cut the butter. I was looking at it like, what did I cut? Okay, so you got your biscuit. Cut open like that. I'm more quiet. Like, I don't want to wake anybody up, yet they have school. Here. Top it with some of your gravy. Now, if you have scrambled eggs, you can put scrambled eggs on the side, but for me, that's perfect.